I'll get caught up, guys. You guys know that we have a life other than social media. So I was pretty late to come on this content today to give you guys a content. It's rather that I'm late than don't give you guys a content, right? So I want to say happy Saturday. Yes, we made it. Almost the beginning of the week, and it's the ending of the week already, guys. Now you guys see the title of the content, and you guys see the pictures there. We're all the way in Ottawa, in a country. Ottawa, as in Canada, Ottawa, Canadian, Ottawa, capital, Ottawa. All right. So we're in the capital of Ottawa, where a 20-year-old man did a mass killing, including, okay, 4 children, the youngest of 2 months old. This guy was 20-year-old living in the basement of the family, claimed that he didn't have rent, claimed that he was going to go back to his country, and claimed that he was going to be deported and his visa was going to be no more. So I had a glitch in the content that I was trying to unpack earlier, so now I have to do the content basically all over. But nevertheless, it's better that I give you a content than don't give you a content. So I said, happy Saturday, guys, and let's unpack this content quick and fast. So I'm going to read for the best of my ability, and then we're going to get on with the content, and then I'm going to add some more stuff in the content, and I'm going to wrap up this content and say I'll catch you in the week. Possible maybe tomorrow, I'm not sure. Depends on how busy I am, okay? So let's unpack all the way in Ottawa. This happened basically the mass stabbing Ottawa last year, and this man now end up in court. Right now is going to do life in prison for basically killing 6 people, youngest 2-month-old baby. So let's read and unpack the story quick and fast, okay? Happy Saturday. I hope your week and your weekend has been great. Like I said, I know it may be busy like mine, but nevertheless, we pull through. We're here and it's Saturday and we're supposed to be relaxing and enjoying a good content. So let's continue. A 20-year-old man has pleaded guilty to murdering 4 children, their mother, and a close family friend in a mass stabbing in Ottawa last year. Remember, he just got sentenced, yes? Fabio de Souza has also pleaded guilty to 1 count of attempted murder for his attack on the father of the family. Okay, Mr. Wickram Sinki, who was seriously also injured trying to protect his family of that sort. At the time of the stabbing on March 6, 2024, De Souza was 19-year-old, an international student, right? So this is an international student that did this murder, all right? Living with the Wickram Singhs in their basement in Ottawa in Barhaven suburb. He was arrested at the scene without incident and charged with 6 counts of first-degree murder the following day. 6 dead, including 4 children in the Ottawa. All right? De Souza stood with his lawyer, Ewan Little, in Superior Court in Ottawa Thursday morning. Like I said, he just got sentenced, just basically claimed that he wants to plead guilty, all right? And pleaded guilty to 4 counts of first-degree murder of the following victims, all right? Ranawa, the family 3-year-old daughter, Ashwini, their 4-year-old daughter, Inuka, their 7-year-old son, Gamini Abmerkoon, a 40-year-old close friend, and the 2-month-old baby, Kelly. The sentences for those murder are automatic life in prison with no ability to apply for parole within 25 years. For the remaining 2 victims, mother, Dashini, 35, and her baby, Kelly, just 2-month-old baby, he pleaded down to the lesser offense of second-degree murder, pleading down into the common plea bargains. All right? Let's continue. The murders described by Ottawa's mayor, one of the most shocking acts of violence the capital has ever seen. All right? So this is the facts of the story. All right? In an interview with the homicide investigator after his arrest, the Souza says that the Ringram Singh family has been nothing but good to him, but he still killed them. We also get to understand that he was struggling with mental illness. We get to understand that the knife he bought was to kill himself, but he claimed in this interview he was too weak to use it, so he used it on the 2-month-old baby and the what? The 5 others. Kiss me teeth and pass, like literally. Next. Anyhow. But he decided to bash out and kill them because he had run out of money So what did he do? Kill in the name of, I don't have no money. Visa is going to be taken away. Going back to Sri Lanka, possible with no Canadian dream, no Canadian education. You know, those people, those students are under a lot of pressure. We should not forget that. They're under a lot of pressure, but it's no excuse to wipe out the whole family, basically. Let's continue. And killed them because he had run out of money. Remember, he was a tenant in the basement, right? He didn't want to return to Sri Lanka, see, when his international student visa expired. And he was too goddamn weak to take his own life. I am tired of all these rules and people. And it's just stupid like the entire world. D'Souza told the Ottawa police homicide said. So like I said, he was under pressure. International student, new in a first world country, in a suburban. Possible nobody really don't look like him other than the people in the household. Different culture, everything. You have to work, you have to go to school. No mom, no dad. Lots of pressure. I mean, picture a 19-year-old. At the time when he did the crime, 19-year-old is still a young child. A lot of people say that they're adult, but at times their brain is not there yet, man. They look big, talk big, act big, but the brain is not there yet. All right, guys? So I'm picking up for him. But we know these international students, they go through a lot. Not only that, when you pay for a course for $5,000, just an example, that course is triple when it comes to them. Yes, they pay extremely more money. And you see that student loan that a lot of people take and receive? That's because of these international students to come and pour all of that big fee for you to able to access some student loan. Don't think it's the government giving you that money now. All those from the government, but you know where it come from. All right? Nevertheless. On March 1st, 5 days before slaying, he made the decision to do it. Crown attorney Dallas Mack told court Thursday afterward his plan was to keep living in the house for a few days until he was arrested. Oh no. The family photo was taken the same day. He hatched the plan during a celebration, okay, of the third birthday of one of the child. All right, let's continue. On January 31st, 2024, D'Souza had ordered a 38-centimeter hunting knife online that he had planned to use to kill himself, he told O'Brien. Around the same time, he had stopped attending classes. See there? So once you stop attending classes, your visa is going to be expired or maybe pulled from you. Possible, I don't know. Anyhow, and completing assignments and was spending a lot of time playing video games and a lot of money and takeout orders, the Crown said. This was also D'Souza thought his failing grades would result in a cancellation of his student visa, ending in the flow of financial support he's receiving from his family in Sri Lanka. So what did I tell you? They're under lots of pressure. Sometimes they get a loan from Sri Lanka and India where they have to pay back. That's why you see they have to come here and work and go to school because some of that money has to go back to their parents to pay off that loan that they took to send them here into the first world country. All right? On March 6, 2024, Danuska was working 2 jobs at his cleaning business starting at 3 a.m. and driving for Uber in chunks throughout the rest of the day. He took breaks to drop his 2 eldest children off at school and to eat breakfast with his wife and their youngest children. Later, he took another break to pick his kids up from school and then stopped for a box of donuts on the way home. Rakaram Singh dropped them off at the house and headed back to work. Later that afternoon, D'Souza invited the family's other tenant into the basement bedroom to watch a movie. So he basically lured them then. He lured them down in the basement. With Amarkun walking to D'Souza, stabbed him multiple times, killing him within seconds or at the most with a small number of minutes, the Crown told court, recapping the findings of the forensic pathologist. All right? 7-year-old Inuka heard Amarkun scream from upstairs and told his mother, who was with the baby. Okay? Darshini, the woman, then called her husband, who's still out working, after speaking to his wife. Danuska Wormskin called D'Souza to ask what was going on. D'Souza said he lied to Wakaman Singh and his wife, telling them that the screams had come from the movie he was watching in the basement with Amarkun. That time he done stab up the man already and kill him. After he managed to convince the couple everything was fine, the Zuasa headed upstairs. On the main level of the upper floor of the house, he stabbed all 4 children. And Ekanaki to the death, he outlined it for the police in detail, too graphic to publish here, where and how it happened and what he did immediately afterward. The forensic pathologist found that Ekanaki and the children each died within seconds of the attack. Shaja, the wicked act. The Zoas told O'Brien that around 5:20 p.m. he called Danuska to ask when he would be coming home, and then he spent interventing hours waiting for him. I was just watching TikToks trying to waste time, trying to calm myself down, the Sousa said. Wikaram Singh arrived home just before 11 p.m. after finishing work and going to the gym, the Crown told the court. The lights inside the house were off, and he assumed everyone was sleeping. For about 10 minutes, he sat in his car in the garage using social media to catch up with friends and family. Then he got out and entered his home through a door in the garage. A chase and confession. As soon as he walked in, he saw the Sousa was standing with the hunting knife hidden behind his back. Wikaram Singh greeted him and the Sousa immediately started attacking him, the Crown said. Wikaram Singh eventually managed to overpower the Sousa and wrench the knife from his hands. He then ran to the neighbor's house to help. As the Sousa chased after him with the chef knife he grabbed from the kitchen. The neighbors heard Wikaram Singh outside screaming that someone killed his children. They called 911 and Wikaram Singh called 911 as well. When they arrived, police found the Sousa sitting on the front step. I was going to be deported. I had no choice. I killed them all. The Sousa told the arresting officer after he was read his rights. He repeated that he killed them. First responder found all the victims inside. What an uncivilized mutt, Jaja. Wikaram Singh, meanwhile, was only concerned for his family despite his own serious wounds, the Crown said. He tried to re-enter the home to get his wife and children. He asked from any information about them, but police kept him outside to treat him before he was eventually taken to the hospital. He remained in the hospital for days, undergoing multiple surgeries. Okay? There were 5 victim impact statements Thursday, 3 from Amar Khoon's family and 2 from Wikaram Singh. This is disturbing and troubling, guys. Okay? Ashir, 13, wrote that she sometimes cries when she sees her father photos or hear his favorite song, that her home feels different now. Nothing feels normal anymore. So that's the other guy, the family friend, daughter, who they kill as well. All right? So that's the story, guys. It's a very disturbing and troubling story. Remember, they take this man in his home. Basically, he was a tenant, but almost close to them, I guess. And he ended up buying a hunting knife. Was going to use it on himself, but end up killing the whole family and injured the dad who came in later that night. So let's unpack the story quick and fast, all right?
Hello and welcome to CTV News across Canada for Friday, November 7th. We've got the top local stories from coast to coast, stories that affect you and the country. Thanks for joining us.
Danushka Wickramasinghe, the lone survivor of Ottawa's worst mass murder in recent memory, leaving court after the man he welcomed into his home pleaded guilty to killing his family and a friend.
The offender's callous and shocking actions are inexplicable and unimaginable.
Fabio de Zoysa pleaded guilty Thursday to 4 counts of first-degree murder, 2 counts of second-degree murder, and 1 count of attempted murder. It was March 2024 when 6 people were found dead inside this Barhaven townhome on Berrigan Drive. Wickramasinghe's wife, Darshani Ekaniga, was stabbed to death. Their 4 children, 7-year-old Anuka, 4-year-old Ashwini, 3-year-old Ranaya, and 2-month-old Kelly were also killed, along with Gamini Amara Khoon, a family friend, who leaves a wife and 2 young children without a father. According to the agreed statement of facts, De Zoysa was broke and he originally purchased the knife used in order to take his own life, but told a homicide detective he was too weak to do it and then plotted the murders.
You see the knife?
I couldn't pay rent. I couldn't do anything. They've been nothing but good to me. It's nothing personal. I didn't know what to do.
Mm-mm.
Court heard that after the murders, De Soisa was scrolling TikTok. He never called 911 and stayed in the house with the bodies for hours, even calling Danushka asking what time he would be home and then attacking him once he arrived. Superior Court Justice Kevin Phillips said the level of violence was stupefying, monstrous, even demonic. You are the stuff of nightmares. If I could give consecutive sentences, I would.
Nothing ever prepares you for just such a shocking case of mass brutality. And I think that justice has been served for all of the victims in this case and for our community at large.
In a victim impact statement, Wickramasinghe said, I wake up every day with their faces in my heart. There is no recovery from this. I can only hope by helping others, I can honor them. Amara Kuhn's wife described a hard-working and loving family man. My whole world had been shattered in an instant.
This is a very tragic case. My heart goes out to all of the people that were affected by this.
Terrible.
The victims and the community will be spared the further pain of a trial. I know that there are a lot of unanswered questions in this case. Some of them I simply don't have, and others I'm simply not at liberty to provide.
Addressing the court, De Soisa said, I'm deeply sorry for what I've done. I will spend the rest of my life accepting responsibility for the harm I've caused.
If there is a story to be told today, let it be about Danushka's bravery.
Wow.
About his beautiful family, his wife, and his children. Let it be about Gomni's devotion to his family in Sri Lanka, his wife, and his children. Let it be about the loss we all feel today, the loss of innocent members of our community.
Could you imagine?
De Soisa was sentenced to life in prison with no chance of parole for 25 years. The judge told De Soisa his actions shook the community to its core, destroyed 2 beautiful families, and sentenced many people to a lifetime of sorrow.
In this room are some of the people responsible for what's on your dinner plate. They are farmers, politicians.
So all of that in a nutshell. We were going to talk about the farmer story, but we'll leave that for another time, okay? So all of that, guys, in a nutshell. So that was disturbing and troubling, okay? Claimed that because he wasn't going to school, he won't be going to be getting any support from his family, not going home with any Canadian education and all of that. So his one way out was to kill and kill the people that was good to him. Not only that, they claim that he's coming out of a mental situation, and we could understand that because at the end of the day, a lot of these international students under pressure, especially, have to do so much without your family members or in the country as the same place as you as well. Okay, guys? So that was the story, and I had to come and unpack the story quite so. Also, guys, from there, we also want to talk about, one second. King Charles stripped Andrew from his royal titles because of the Epstein situation. So let's get there all the way in UK. All right? Quick and fast.
Since he was born, the second son of the late Queen Elizabeth, brother of the king, has been known as Prince Andrew, but no longer.
It's monumental what the king has
So they strip him of his title. About time.
With the determination of a medieval monarch in separating his brother Andrew from all elements of title and style that normally people who are born into the royal family keep.
Tonight, a withering statement from Buckingham Palace, stripping Andrew of his prince title, stating that the former prince will now be known as Andrew Mountbatten Windsor.
Oh my.
And that he'll be evicted from his royal residence, a 30-room estate called Royal Lodge. His ex-wife, Sarah Ferguson, who also lives there, will have to make her own arrangements. He will effectively no longer be royal.
It's a very damning statement. It's about as damning as you can get, really, taking everything possible away from him.
For more than a decade, Andrew has been under scrutiny for his friendship with Jeffrey Epstein, a convicted sex offender and multi-millionaire financier accused of recruiting underage girls for illicit massages and sex.
But it's about time. If you pay a settlement to that girl end up suicide. killing themselves, herself, which I don't believe it. But anyhow, and all of that, it was about time they strip him from his title because it's bringing down all of this shame, embarrassment to be hanging out with a pedophiler. Seriously.
Prince Andrew was a frequent visitor to Jeffrey Epstein's homes, not only in Manhattan, but also on his private Caribbean island. And we know that the two traveled in similar circles.
Virginia Giuffre,
Right here,
who alleges that she was also a victim of sex trafficking and abuse by Jeffrey Epstein, has long claimed Epstein forced her to have sex with Andrew when she was just 17. Allegations Andrew has denied.
He knows exactly what he's done.
And you know this girl commits suicide, they claim.
Andrew was asked about
And you know he settled out of court with her.
2019 BBC interview.
I can absolutely categorically tell you it never happened.
The statement from Buckingham Palace even mentioning his alleged victims, declaring these censures are deemed necessary, notwithstanding the fact that he continues to deny the allegations against him. Pressure had been growing on the palace to oust Andrew and strip him of his titles. Even this week, King Charles heckled at an engagement.
How long have you known about Andrew and Epstein?
Mighty God.
Have you asked the police to cover up?
So I'm sure you guys got the drift. From there, guys, we're going to go to the States. So we're left from Ottawa, Canada, went to the UK, and leaving from the UK to go to the States right now because we get to understand that Diddy got busted by drinking toilet wine. Let's unpack this quick and fast, okay?
Okay, to start with, toilet wine turns out is a misnomer. The toilet is mostly a hiding place, and God knows it is not really wine, right? And Sean Diddy Combs is not the first prison inmate to get busted with it, allegedly. But Diddy may be the first to have once owned a vodka brand worth upwards of $1 billion. That would be Ciroc, which sold officially earlier this year for a fraction of that price. Ciroc is distilled 5 times from the finest French grapes, or so it claims. Toilet wine, on the other hand, is a fermented combo of Fanta,
look at it,
sugar,
yuck,
and apples. And though there are many variations, they are all alcoholic, which is the point, and all strictly off limits in lockup. But TMZ is reporting that Diddy has been caught with the stuff, this week in fact. He did have a birthday on Tuesday and was going to be moved to a new unit apparently as punishment, but the officials changed their minds according to the report. But that still leaves the question of Diddy's alleged newfound sobriety, which he made such a big point of emphasizing when he was sentenced, and whether this will have any impact on that sentence. Joining me now with his hard-won expertise on all of this is our friend Gene Borrello, a former mob enforcer and ex-federal inmate. Gene, I have been dying to talk to you about this. Every time I hear toilet wine, I keep thinking, do you stir it in the toilet? And if so, how is it clean? And how on earth do you make a duty? But I have come to learn, no. So for our audience, can you explain what it is and how it's made?
Yeah, so it's called hooch. Basically, it's different ways to make it. You can make it with orange peels. You can make it with sugar. It's all different ways. But what a lot of people don't know, and why it is serious in prison, it can blow up.
Oh, shit.
So if you don't know what you're doing and you don't let it breathe, as they say, it could actually be like a bomb. So it actually can blow up and everything will spray everywhere. But it can get you drunk, and it could also land you in the hole. So, I mean, I don't know as far as them saying he's going to move him out of the unit. I know it's a very serious ticket. I know he could lose his phone, he could lose commissary, and he could lose visits, and also maybe go to the shoe for up to 30 days.
You're dead.
So, I mean, that's all serious stuff. I keep wondering about the sentence. Do you not think it's possible?
So now you get to understand that Diddy get caught with toilet wine and possibly going to lose some of his pros or cons or his phone or anything of that sort. So we had to come and unpack that quick and fast. All right. So happy this Saturday, guys. And I hope your weekend has been doing great so far. Like I said, of all that sort. From there, guys, since we're talking about a lot of things and stuff like that, let's talk about a few other things. Okay, so our prayer goes out to the hurricane victims, okay? Our prayer goes out to the hurricane victims. Our prayer goes out also to the 8-year-old child that is left in Jamaica waiting for the Home Office to release her papers and all of that. We also want to talk about what's happening, that Jamaican rally to aid of hurricane victims, and we're going to talk about that just now. So let's get to here quick and fast. 1 second, okay? I'm going to meet you guys for
At the Petersfield High School in Westmoreland. This following incidents involving Westmoreland to maintain a presence at the Petersfield High School in Westmoreland. This following incidents in this evening for the security forces to maintain a presence at the Petersfield High School in Westmoreland. This following incidents involving persons with criminal intent. The shelter resident says the school watchman cannot secure the facility alone. More in this report.
After TVJ News aired the plight of the Petersfield High School shelter, Jamaicans have answered the call with supplies. Despite the goodwill, safety and security remain a concern.
There have been 2 major incidents. I have given the reports to the relevant authorities who are investigating. So yes, there have been incidents that have occurred. But of note, one of the main incidents that is being reported on social media, it was none of the residents. People brought people from the outside onto the compound.
In addition to the residents who are stationed here, the shelter manager explained outsiders in need are also cared for. When we visited the shelter Friday, we observed a few police officers. It's believed their presence was spawned following an incident Thursday night. Although grateful, the people want them to remain into the night because
we have teenagers here, we have babies here, we have newborns, lots of females on the compound. So with that being said, safety is key, and it's very important, especially for the young ladies, because we're being targeted. As okay, there's nobody there at night, so after a certain hour or whatever, it's free game.
With no electricity, the shelter manager says persons are urged to remain in the classrooms turned bedrooms at the stroke of dusk.
They can't go to the restroom, they can't even go sit on the outside because the classrooms are hot. But they can't sit there to be locking themselves in because of fear of men invading the compound and doing illegal activities. Something for solar lights and at least a generator.
In addition to light, they want increased patrols by the police and JDF.
So you guys hear that? So imagine that in a tragedy like that, people are still having their barbaric behavior to go on there, to go and harass the people them after the people them already have enough going on because of this hurricane and all of that. Could you imagine? So it's troubling and disturbing. From there, guys, we get to understand there's a few things happening like that, okay? So we get to understand that, 1 second.
And as you know, it's been
1 second. So we get to understand that Andrew Stephen was ambushed in Westmoreland, okay? So we're dropping everything in that since we're in the Jamaica ground.
This does not change it at all. The only bank people are going to pay for this behavior with hunger.
Stampede and ambushed us in central Westmoreland. I am not coordinating anything going forward with any political representatives. I am not coordinating anything. Neither with.
Reason why you guys always have something in the background like that picture is because we don't want a copyright strike. So when you put that in the background, you don't get a copyright strike, right? So that's why that's in the background as almost like, right there, okay?
PNP representatives are worse off with the Jamaica Labour Party representatives.
So we get to her, they got hit, punch, all kind of things. We're going to fast forward.
Jamaica, we had a plan. The plan was never sticked to.
Listen.
anybody knows Westmoreland, Sablamar, we don't know where we were going.
You're there.
The member of parliament, we spoke with him. And he said he would have hosted us and put the logistics in place. Remember Jamaica? Remember, we're going into an area that has no signal, no data, no internet.
Nothing. Let's
Mr.
continue.
Andre, where you reach it, Mr. Patmore stayed on the border right there of Christiana, waited to the hospital. He said, no, let us go into the community.
Listen. So Andrew Stephen, they claim say he got beat up or rough up.
He never put in the logistic on the line there. When we start driving, so them said, no, you can't go around this, so go in at that lane there.
You're there.
In that lane, Jamaica, they know the reputation of that area. We never knew the reputation of the area. Dwayne Vaz is the member of parliament.
You're there. I'm fast forwarding, guys.
It's a place called Gully. He knows the reputation of Gully. He knows, carry them, line them up. All we're saying to him, MP, get some persons to organize. Nothing was done. When we start getting a semblance of order, myself, Courtney, Auntie Claudette, Pat Pet, Abby, Shaquille, we were there. We started. By the time you look Jamaica, them open up the trunk box.
Listen.
It was chaos. I am running to close the door. Courtney run and push me and say, Andrew, you can't take this. Miss Pet run in front of them. Thump them, start thumping them. And thump we up, Jamaica. Thump!
They're there.
And the member of parliament was there. No regard for him. He was not saying, stop nothing. But the more guys step up, lock the trunk and try to move out. The member of parliament disappeared power Jamaica.
You're there.
Shaquille, my logistics coordinator, run gone a police station. We drive out. So now me start working with Shaquille there. We can't find Shaquille. With them, I want dark corner, we Jamaica. In front of one hardware.
Anyways, so we're not gonna drag it out. So you heard from the shelter that the people them are trying to come in and do all kind of wrongs, and then you hear that Andre Stevens went underground to help, and he got thump up and punch up, and woman get thump up and punch up and all of that. So not only in this chaos, not only in this heartache, not only that people are homeless and hungry and this famine and all of this, there's people out here still acting out here savagely, beating, robbing, stealing, and all of this. So I just had to come and highlight that. Kiss me teeth and pass, like literally. Next, animals will always remain animals, right? No matter what the situation is. Okay, anyways, from there we're moving on, guys, because I'm going to wrap up this live and tell you guys thank you for stopping by. It's a pleasure as always, and all of that great stuff, right? What else I need to speak about? Okay, now so let's get in the phone and talk about some things quick and fast. All right, so let's talk about this. So you guys know that Jay-Z has a son out here, and well, allegedly, and the guy keep on coming out that he wanted a DNA test from Jay-Z. Jay-Z is his father, yada, yada, yada. They claim say Jay-Z denied the fact that he's the father. But right now, see here, the DNA tests and all of that situation has disappeared. So judge has tossed a paternity lawsuit that has haunted Jay-Z for a decade. So you guys know that there's a boy out here saying that Jay-Z is his father and da 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 da. Maybe I will just give you guys the info on that. Give me a second. So let me go out of this and give you guys, actually 1 second. Let me give you guys what I'm talking about here. So apparently Jay-Z had a son, right? Jay-Z's son came out and said he wanted a DNA test, okay? A so-called son, I should say, allegedly. All right? I should have went on YouTube for this. 1 second. And he came out and said that Jay-Z was with his mama and all of these things and da-da-da-da-da. So let's get into this quick and fast. Let's see if I could find it. 1 second.
All right, man, we are live. We have a breaking update about
the legal battle that's been going on for over a decade between Jay-Z and the man who claims to be his biological son and his godmother has taken a dramatic turn.
You have unclean hands. Your unclean hands are fraud. Fraud, fraud, fraud.
Despite repeatedly alleging that Jay-Z has been dodging justice and refusing to acknowledge that Rymir Satterthwaite is his legal son, a federal courtroom in California just gave Jay-Z a major legal lifeline. Here's how Jay-Z cleared the way for sanctions over claims he has a secret son and how this whole saga now involves Nicki Minaj. For those just catching up, this story stretches back over a decade. Rymir Satterthwaite has long claimed that Jay-Z is his biological father, a claim...
So I don't need to drag out this, guys. So that's why I had to come and drop that there, because that's what's happening like right now. Okay, so the judge said, go away, go away, go away, go away. From there, guys, we want to talk about this. They claim Chinese firm brings modular cabin homes to Jamaica. Do you guys think that Jamaica need cabins? Do you guys think that Jamaica needs any cabin at this point in time? I am not sure, guys. Do they need any cabin at this time? Or they need a real home? I don't know. Just saying. Nevertheless, guys, okay? From there, guys, we want to talk about this. A small Canadian military team is on the ground, okay, in Jamaica in preparation to provide assistance to the country as it tries to recover from the Hurricane Melissa. So you think that they needed these people on the ground for anything, or you thought that the soldiers and everybody else in Jamaica had it everything out and stuff like that? Precious love, where are the government? I'm not sure. Do they care? These people are already going through a lot. They are going through a lot, to be honest. So this is what I'm talking about, right? But nevertheless, so do you think that they needed those people there? I am not sure. Kiss me teeth and pass, okay? From there, we also want to drop this here. So you remember this man, this so-called scientist that came up with the DNA? Well, he had passed away. Nobel Prize-winning American scientist James Watson, one of the co-discoverers of structure of DNA, has died at the age of 97. Do you think this DNA, all of this DNA that they talk about is something, or do you think that this is a fraud, or do you think that is just something to get people into lock up and all of these things, or you think this DNA situation is whatever it is? Because before you never had no DNA come and do all kind of story and all kind of life and all kind of trauma to people and all these kind of things, and then they claim reveal a lot of things to a lot of people who needed a DNA test. So now the man died, and right here, the American scientist that came up with the DNA and helped co-discovery or discovers right there the DNA has passed away. As you guys know, that the DNA structure was structured alongside British scientist Francis Crick in 1953, right? Remember, the breakthrough ended up in the 20th century, but they've been developed, like trying to develop this nonsense from 1953, and then they had the breakthrough in the 20th century, and then right now everybody's talking about DNA, like what we just talked about Jay-Z DNA. Let me show you guys with the Jay-Z DNA situation with his so-called son that he claimed that this boy said that was his father, but the judge says, go away with that DNA. So that's why I had to drop this guy and say, guys, remember, he was a co-founder, co-discoverer. discovery of the DNA in 1953, and it came and emerged on us on the 19th century. I mean, on the 19th century going on to the 20th century. Okay, guys? So all of that in a nutshell. Okay, so I think that's all I got to speak to you guys about today, to be honest. You know, I came on late because I was busy, really busy, like a bee. So our prayers and prayers goes out for all of these victims out here when it comes to Hurricane Melissa. Okay, guys, and all of that sadness, I should say. It's not easy to recover when it comes to some of those things. And to get your whole life together mentally, financially, and all of that. I'm assuming that those things would be very hard and stuff like that. So we want to say, we're here to respect and no disrespect. Yes. Not only that, we want to say big up. Thank you for stopping by. It's a great and a pleasure to have you guys as well. Thank you for the new subscribers. I really appreciate you guys subscribing and all of that. Remember, it's Saturday, wrapping up. Well, it's Sunday now because it's 12 o'clock my time, but this content was on Saturday. We did it. All right, guys, and all of that great stuff. What else I want to say to you guys? I think I'm going to jump off of this like any hopscotch and say thank you guys for stopping by, like I said. Okay, guys? So that was the content overall. And I just want to say thank you again for stopping by. And for the new subscribers, I really appreciate you and all of those goodness. All right, guys. So catch you guys another time. Peace and love.